Hello and welcome. I'm painting one of these images that I seem so drawn to at the moment, which is one of these paths through a beautiful garden scene. I love the idea of a path disappearing into the horizon. It's such a sweet and hopeful image. But I always have a little bit of a smile and a pause when I think of painting one of these so-called sweet images, the sort of art that used to sometimes be described as chocolate box art, because it's the sort of thing that can be treated with a bit of a snort of derision by the odd art snob. And I have this rather glorious book by Alain de Botton and John Armstrong called Art as Therapy. And this book is rather wonderful, a selection of beautiful images and of course the wonderful words that you might expect from this author. And he does talk about this exact issue, and I wanted to share with you the part that really spoke to me about these chocolate box paintings. So this is what Alain de Botton says. The most perennially popular category of art is the cheerful, pleasant and pretty kind. Meadows in spring, the shade of trees on hot summer days, pastoral landscapes, smiling children. This can be deeply troubling to people of taste and intelligence. The love of prettiness is often deemed a low, even a bad response, but because it is so dominant and widespread, it deserves attention and may hold important clues about a key function of art. At the most basic level, we enjoy pretty pictures because we like the real thing they represent. The water garden that Monet painted is itself delightful, and this kind of art is especially appealing to people who don't have what it depicts. It would be no surprise to find a reproduction of a painting evoking watery open-air serenity in a noisy urban high-rise flat. The worries about prettiness are twofold. Firstly, pretty pictures are alleged to feed sentimentality. Sentimentality is a symptom of insufficient engagement with complexity, by which one really means problems. The pretty picture seems to suggest that in order to make life nice, one merely has to brighten up the apartment with a depiction of some flowers. If we were to ask the picture what is wrong with the world, it might be taken as saying, "You don't have enough Japanese water gardens," a response that appears to ignore all the more urgent problems that confront humanity. The very innocence and simplicity of the picture seems to militate against any attempt to improve life as a whole. Secondly, there is the related fear that prettiness will numb us and leave us insufficiently critical and alert to the injustices surrounding us. The worry is that we may feel pleased and cheerful too readily, that we will take an overly optimistic view of life and the world. In short, that we will be unjustifiably hopeful. However, these worries are generally misplaced. Far from taking too rosy and sentimental a view, most of the time we suffer from an excessive gloom. We are only too aware of the problems and injustices of the world. It's just that we feel debilitatingly small and weak in the face of them. Cheerfulness is an achievement, and hope something to celebrate. If optimism is important, it's because many outcomes are determined by how much of it we bring to the task. It is an important ingredient of success. This flies in the face of the elite view that talent is the primary requirement of a good life. But in many cases, the difference between success and failure is determined by nothing more than our sense of what is possible and the energy we can muster to convince others of our due. We might be doomed not by a lack of skill, but by an absence of hope. Today's problems are rarely created by people taking too sunny a view of things. It is because the troubles of the world are so continually brought to our attention that we need tools that can preserve our hopeful dispositions. I don't know about you, but for me, painting is definitely one of those happiness tools. So whatever is going on in your day today, I hope you find what you need to keep your sunny disposition. Thanks for watching. See you next time.